So I was in my office today, and once again, I had been asked about how long it takes to get into a therapist. What are people doing who are in crisis? We are in a mental health crisis around the country, including the state of Utah right now. I think coming off the heels of the pandemic and all the other things that
Mass
have been going
shootings. I'm going to
on.
tell you right now, I
Yeah,
tell my kids the world is bananas. Banana, however they spell it.
yeah, that one, yeah.
I
And
usually learn how to spell it by listening to the
to the
Hollaback Girl
cheerleaders.
from,
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, I think I mentioned this to Ashley the other day. I said, I think crazy stuff is always happening if you think about the Vietnam era and World War II. Like, it's not that things are, but this feels a little different.
It does.
And not in a really concrete way, not what you can always put your finger on. And so I think because of that, people are reaching out for maybe professional help and support more now than they ever have before.
I also think we're more educated as a society,
Yeah,
where mental health was really
stigmatized.
stigmatized and unknown, and people didn't have these open conversations and aren't learning how to deal with emotions and process information and know what anxiety looks like, what it feels like, how your body interacts with it. And so I think people are starting to figure out, hey, maybe we should do something about this.
Yeah, no, exactly right. More education, more resources, less stigma. It's moving in the right direction. And, if we talk about gratitudes, we've talked about how important that is on our show before. One thing that I truly am grateful for, it may sound cheesy, is that I work at the University of Utah Healthcare. And the reason I say grateful is they have been making a real commitment to promoting mental health care in a lot of different varieties,
With
a
the
lot of
Huntsman
different
Mental
ways.
Health
And
Institute,
I was going to say their partnership with Huntsman proves that with $100 million over 10 years to try to make our already great mental health facilities, top tier in the whole country, and they're doing a great job of that. One of the things that has been a priority for quite a while is crisis. What do people do when they're in a crisis? Where do you go? Do you have to go to the emergency room if you're in a mental health or emotional crisis? A lot of people don't want to do that. All they can think of is sitting and waiting for a long time while the person with the broken arm goes ahead of them, which probably would happen. And they don't know what else to do, so they stay home.
and nobody ever really prepares for a crisis.
Well, that's kind of the definition of a crisis, right? Yeah.
But there are some things we can do to help, like having numbers on standby, knowing resources that are available. Because if a crisis happens and your best resource is Google,
Yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah, it's not good. And it's nice to know that there are local people with tremendous expertise that are available to help people.